Good morning, everyone. We are out at Jana's Market Grill. We're on the patio where the weather is absolutely spectacular, gorgeous. People could come out here and enjoy themselves. Isn't that right, Royal Ross? They can enjoy themselves out here on the patio.
Yeah, there even is a lady out here enjoying her breakfast on the patio, because this is a very, very nice patio in the back of Jana's Marketplace. 3rd Street. No, I'm sorry, 2nd Street. Should I try again?
Central Avenue,
Central Avenue and 2nd Street. There we go. 2nd Street and Central Avenue in beautiful downtown Faribault. So come on out, folks. Join us at Jana's Marketplace. Have a delicious hot meal. You can sit down and eat inside or today outside. And she's got 2 different patios that you can sit in. One, I think there's some shade there, and the other one is just pouring sunshine down on us, and that's the one we're at.
It's beautiful back here. They got a fireplace. They got a water fountain. They got gorgeous flowers.
Yeah, very, very nice out here. So
kind of romantic.
Yeah. Grab a meal, bring it out here, and enjoy the meal. Or if you need to get something to go, get one of their pre-packaged meals to go, take it to the office or home, pop it in the microwave a couple of minutes, and you got a delicious meal. And don't forget, they're all homemade right in Jana's kitchen.
So tell me, and be totally honest, Royal.
Yes.
You like the new setup?
Yeah. She moved our cash register around a little bit to get some more seating in, and yeah, I think it looks good in there.
And I don't think she cut back on any product.
No, I don't think so. She moved the coolers for the prepackaged meals more up front in the little kind of in the corner up front there, but I don't think she cut back on any product at all. I think she's got just as many ready to go meals available as she always had.
Yeah, fantastic. Get on over here, folks. They have gift cards, too.
Yep, gift cards, too, yep. And I highly recommend the lasagna. Oh, that lasagna is fantastic.
It is. Well, there's nothing bad here. The tater tot hot dish.
Yeah, it's all good.
Biscuits and gravy.
Wild rice soup.
She's like a dessert hound in there, but I can't have desserts.
And with the summer, there's lots and lots of salads in there. And salads are one of her biggest sellers. They're delicious salads.
They are, huh?
Yes, they are.
Well, I didn't realize that.
Absolutely.
You're a salad person?
I like a chef salad. Yep, I like a good chef salad. And Janice has her homemade ranch dressing to go with it, so pretty good.
You're obviously a ranch dressing guy.
Yeah, I'm a ranch dressing guy.
Yeah, I'm more of a French.
I mix French and ranch together. Have you ever done that?
No, but my best friend does.
Okay. It's pretty good.
It kind of grosses me out. Frankly.
You should try it.
But a lot of people do, and the beauty of the world is we all have different taste buds.
That is correct.
That's because we all have the same. Wouldn't it be boring if we all had the same likes and dislikes in life?
Oh, that'd be horrible.
It would be boring. You want to
let's
introduce our gentleman here?
Yeah, we're going to talk a little youth baseball today. Not the high school level or anything, but down a little bit farther from that. So, gentlemen, why don't you introduce yourself and give all the millions of listening audience out there an update on what you do and why you do it, and then we'll talk a little baseball.
Yeah, for sure. My name's Devin Pewowaruk. I'm one of the rec coordinators with Faribault Park and Rec. And today I have with me Jordan Nawrocki. He's our program supervisor for North Alex Baseball. Originally TP Tonka Baseball, but just changed that this year. Moved down full-time from TP Tonka to Northern Alex. So that's a big change for us. But, yeah, we're just looking to talk about youth baseball program. We run that through 3rd through 8th grade. And, yeah, we're just trying to share the message about baseball this summer.
Cool. All right.
Mr. Nawrocki, what do you think?
Yeah, like you said, Jordan Nawrocki, program supervisor down there. I think this is my 5th year, I believe, going into it.
Cool.
Yep, so been down there a little bit now. Just started as a worker down there, but I've been there long enough now. Yeah, just trying to spread the word about baseball and get kids out in this beautiful weather playing baseball and making new friends.
Well, across the nation, correct me if I'm wrong, numbers are going down in the sport of baseball. Some kids think it's not action-packed enough. Is that true?
Numbers are definitely going down. Yeah, that's true. But, for me and like what we like to, teach across is it's less about, the baseball and more about, getting outside, being physically active, meeting friends and growing that way with relationships and stuff like that. So.
Well, you obviously like baseball. You played it.
Yep. Yeah, I love baseball. Yeah, I've been around baseball my whole life. So.
And frankly, I think part of the beauty of the game is no clock.
Yep.
We're too time conscious in this society.
That's right.
We really are.
Yep.
Don't you think?
Yeah, I can see where you're coming from on that one.
You know, a game could last an hour. It could last 3 hours.
Yeah.
In fact, I think that's part of the beauty of the game, but obviously I'm in the minority.
Well, not necessarily. No, I mean, I don't mind the professional rule of starting a guy on second now when it goes into extra innings.
Don't get me going on that.
I knew that would do it. I knew that would do it.
I could see it in little kids, but not professionals.
Yeah.
I knew that would do it. But how many kids did we have out last year, and how many are you expecting this year? Or?
We had that last year.
Yeah, we had probably around 50, 60 last year.
Around 50, 60 last year. Yeah, we're expecting kind of the same as last year.
What is it, about 4 teams? 5 teams?
So we split up our groups into 3 different age groups.
Okay.
So we have the 3rd and 4th graders together, and then we have the 5th and 6th graders and 7th and 8th. 7th and 8th start earliest in the morning, and then kind of backwards from there.
Okay.
But yeah, averaging like 20 kids per age group.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you play baseball, Devin?
I played up until 8th grade, yeah.
Okay.
In Rochester.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, that's fine. You said we moved out to North Alexander now.
Mm-hmm.
Those were primarily softball fields, right?
Yes.
Did we have to do some reconfiguration?
Oh, we did some base movements, added in new anchors for different base dimensions, but no, it's still very playable. We have portable mounds we bring out onto the fields for practicing with pitching and that sort of deal.
How about the fences?
Jordan, do you know what the fences are at out there?
Probably stay the same as softball.
Well, that's good enough an answer. I mean, I don't know if there's a difference between like high school softball and baseball, little league. I don't know if there's a distance difference. I guess that's what I was asking.
No, we don't move them, so I would assume they're pretty close there.
I mean, if a little kid pokes a home run 200 feet, that's pretty good.
Yep. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I know when fast pitch is playing out there, they have their portable fencing that they bring out.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so you don't bring out the portable fence. It's at the... Oh, okay. Well, it's farther than 200 feet.
The Fast Pitch Association has some of their own, and then when BA plays down there and Faribault High School plays down there.
I tell you what, if you have a 3rd grader hit a home run, I'll give him $100.
That's a Dairy Queen right there.
That's a Dairy Queen,
Yep,
huh?
That's what we called it growing up.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Yeah. Awesome.
Right.
Now, you hail from Rochester.
Yep.
You told us before we hit the air you went to Mayo.
Mm-hmm.
Were you in youth baseball there, and did you get some ideas for this year?
Yeah, so growing up, I played house league in Rochester, majors, minors sort of deal. Played a little bit of traveling ball with friends when they were short on players for tournaments. But, yeah, I guess growing up as a kid, I wasn't exactly thinking about what I'm going to be doing as an adult with the baseball program. But, no, you learn just like the different drills that you do with doing pop flies, doing base running drills, things like that. So, yeah.
But the fun, isn't it, in the games? I mean, that's where the fun is, right?
Mm-hmm. And what's really cool about our program is all of the coaches for the program are past and current varsity baseball players, mainly from Faribault, or all of them are from Faribault. So getting that connection with the kids and, you know, peers that they can look up to is really cool.
How long have you been with the city?
I've been with the city for about 2.5 years as a rec coordinator.
You enjoy it?
I do. I love sports. I went to school for park and rec in Mankato. So I was just looking to do some sort of career in the sports world.
Was basketball your sport?
Yes, basketball is my sport. Actually,
he's a tall guy.
Yeah.
Yep. Volleyball, I just started playing 2 years ago. That's now my second favorite sport to play.
Wow.
I fell in love with volleyball so fast.
It is a fun sport. No question about it. Played it at every family reunion I had.
Do you have a favorite of indoor versus sand yet?
So I've been playing sand just for a couple weeks here this summer, my first season. Indoor is just a lot faster. You just move faster and you jump higher and you feel better in that way. But sand, you get to, you know, fly around, dive, and not really worry about that. So
I'll bet you wish they would have had boys volleyball when you were in high school.
Oh, yeah. I would have definitely been all about that.
Because they have it now.
Yep.
Faribault doesn't have a team.
No, not yet. Another interesting thing that's coming up is girls flag football. That's going to be the fastest growing high school sport. And I'm actually running a program this fall for girls high school flag football.
I heard that Waterville has a girls flag football team.
Really? High school?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yes, they did. Waterville, Elysian, Morristown does because they could only get one girl to run for Miss Morristown because everybody wanted to play flag football.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Seriously.
Let's see. Do I want to play flag football or do I want to run for Miss Morristown? I'm going to do flag football.
So I'm running my program. We're going to run that starting in late August and run it up to the Powder Puff football game they do at the high school.
Awesome.
So we're going to have a little.
Well, that'll be the championship then.
Yep, pretty much.
Is it now? Are you going to compete against other schools, or is it more of an intramural?
It's just going to be a park and rec program, so anybody in high school, doesn't have to be from Faribault, could sign up and put a team together.
Cool.
I know a lot of the staff at the community center and the outdoor pool are trying to put a team together.
Okay. All right, well, let's go back to baseball now because we've got a few minutes left here, and we want to make sure what if a parent or grandparent out there wants to get their son, daughter, grandchild into baseball, what do they got to do?
Yeah, so they can go to our website with the city if you're looking to come online. So if you just go to the City of Faribault website, go to Park and Rec, program registration, North Alex Baseball. You'll need to create an account if you're doing it online. Okay. Otherwise, you can just stop down to the community center and see us at the front desk. Stacy's probably working up there, and she'll help you get registered for baseball.
Is it an expensive sport?
It's not. We charge $52, but if you actually play Metro League with the Youth Association, you get half off.
Oh,
and you also have access to the Tommy Allen Scholarship, which is another way to get half off as well.
Yeah, and we promote the Tommy Allen Scholarship here, and try to make a big deal out of that, and making sure that people know that it's available. So if there's some youth out there that can't afford, in this case, the $52 or whatever, Tommy Allen Scholarship Fund can help them out with that, and they can play some youth sports.
Yep, for sure. Pretty much all you need is a pair of tennis shoes, and you can come out and play. We have extra gloves and hats and things like that. So,
good.
We try to not have any barriers up for our program.
All right. So, Jordan, are you kind of a coach of this, or do you just kind of coordinate it, or what's your role?
Yeah, kind of both. I've oversaw it now. I think it's my second year doing it, and just helping coaches, making sure we have everyone there, and just kind of keeping the program how we want to do it, and going from there.
And this is the bottom line here is teaching the fundamentals of the game, right?
Yeah, for sure. It's teaching the fundamentals, and then just teaching the like I said, getting out there and making friends, and just being active outside, and growing a love for the game that way.
Learning how to slide properly.
Yep, stuff like that. Yep, fly
not
balls.
Be afraid of the ball.
Right, that's a big one. Yep.
There's Jana, the mastermind behind this empire.
Do they throw hard or?
It ranges, but some of them.
Or do you use a pitching machine or?
We don't, but we like to have them try to learn and go through the fundamentals that way. Yeah.
So I remember when I was in Little League, it was both. You had a pitching machine and you had people throw.
Yeah.
Do we still have a T-ball program?
I think we do, right?
Yeah, Jill runs a T-ball program out at Jefferson during the summer. I know they do have a T-ball program.
Okay, good.
I want to say it's kindergarten through second grade, but not 100%.
Right before your third graders come in.
Yep, correct.
Yeah. The greatest coaching advice I've ever heard came from my sons in their T-ball, and I took them to T-ball practice one time, and you got to picture T-ball, okay? You got girls out there in skirts and sandals, and you got guys out there in shorts and stuff, and you got a little bit of everything, and this coach is just trying to teach them how to play baseball, T-ball, and he is really, really energetic, and this guy was cool. But I always remember that he's got the little group huddled around him about second base, and he says, "Okay, you got to understand something here. Baseball is a slow sport that happens really, really fast. So you got to be ready." It was just hilarious, just the way he was saying it, because it is a very slow game. And his point was, there's a lot of time between plays, or between pitches, and there's going to be a lot of time when you're standing there and the ball's not going to be hit to you, but you got to be ready when it does. It's
a good point. Do you have a clock on the pitching like the majors does?
I don't believe so. Nope. We just have the kids, when they're ready to throw, they're throwing.
Can you steal bases?
All the older kids, we kind of work on base running and stealing like that, yeah, but not with the younger kids. We usually just work on, how to run the bases and round them and do that.
Okay, so third graders aren't stealing the base.
Right, no, they're not stealing.
But sixth graders are.
Yeah, we start to teach it at that grade. That's when they're starting to do it in Metro, too, so we kind of go off that.
Okay,
all right,
awesome.
Great. Well, have we, is there anything we haven't touched on? I mean, we'd like to see those numbers get up. Baseball's always been, it's always been
it's the America's pastime.
The national pastime or America's pastime. So we'd like to see those numbers get up a little bit.
For sure.
But like everything else, in competitive sports, numbers are tending to fall a little bit for whatever reason. But is there anything we haven't touched on?
Yeah, I would just encourage anybody, if you haven't played before, that's not a reason to not come out.
Yeah.
We make it really fun. We go out to the batting cages and play different games out there. We're going to Bell Field using that facility. At the end of the year, we get to go to the Aquatic Center for a fun day. Yeah. So it's about baseball, but it's about having fun and getting outside.
Do you take them to a Lakers game or a high school game at Bell Field?
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
We've had people in the past come, and we've encouraged it to come watch it. Like Devin mentioned, we have a lot of coaches who either play Lakers, like myself, or, play in the high school team right now with the varsity. So, we always encourage to come out and watch us play and get more reps that way and watch us. And they always love it. I remember they always come and cheering it on. They, the next day they'll, I saw you. And, it seems to be very impactful. So, it's a great idea.
Let's do a 30-second plug for the Lakers. Are we going to be pretty competitive this year, or what are you thinking?
Yeah, I hope so. We started a little slow here, but hoping to pick it up, and we have a great group of guys, and we always battle, and we're always competitive, and
Okay, good deal.
Yep.
Beautiful field, beautiful
field,
stadium there.
Yep.
It's a real gem in town, so I encourage everybody to get out there and either watch the high school team because they play there, or watch a Lakers game.
For sure. Yep. It's always a blast to go to the ball field and spend a couple hours there.
And it's cheap. I know the Lakers are about $3 maybe to get in, and even their hot dogs, hamburgers, and soda, they're not overpriced or anything. So it can be a cheap day.
Yeah.
So, well, thank you guys very much for coming in. We really appreciate it.
Yeah.
For having us.
We look forward to a youth baseball night at the Laker game coming up.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome. Yeah.
I'll even spring for some of the food. How's that sound?
Yeah.
What did I just volunteer for, Royal?
You could. Maybe they need volunteer chefs.
No, I'm talking about paying for the food.
Nice.
They don't want to heat my cooking.
All right.
So you handed the microphone to a lovely young lady here.
Yes. We have the DECA participants back. These two young ladies went to the International DECA finals down in Florida somewhere, and I'm sure they'll tell us more about that. But ladies, go ahead and introduce yourselves and tell us a little bit about you.
Yeah, of course. So my name is Brianna Velazquez-Sanchez, and I'm a junior at the Faribault High School as well as a third-year DECA member.
My name is Kelsie Vigesaa, and I am a senior at the Faribault High School, and this is only my second year of DECA.
Wow. So they're not long-time DECA members.
No, are you ladies officers or just really incredible DECA participants that got to go to internationals?
Yeah. So I was actually an officer this year. I was the officer of community service and giving. But as well, Kelsie and I were both apparel managers for our school store, Freddy's Locker Room.
Okay. Good deal. Awesome. So number one, where did you go to internationals at?
So we went to Orlando, Florida.
Okay. And is it always in Orlando?
No, so it switches every year. So like next year it's going to be in Georgia.
Oh, okay.
Atlanta, Georgia.
Atlanta? Okay.
Yeah.
Is it ever in Minnesota?
No, it's never been in Minnesota from what I know.
Have you ever been to Atlanta?
No, I haven't.
Okay. Well, that should be a real goal of yours for next year.
For next year.
I think Atlanta is a very cool city. They've got a lot of great history down there, especially in the Martin Luther King area and everything. I think Atlanta's a cool city. So, but this year, Orlando, and how many people went? Competitors now.
So there were 6 competitors in all, and they were all girls.
Okay.
Yeah.
I remember.
Girl power.
Yeah, she just raised her fist. Yeah, girl power. So, and they all competed in different events. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, except maybe there's some doubles or I don't know what you call it, but teams or something maybe.
Yeah, there's teams.
Okay, yeah.
Were you a team?
Yeah, we were both a team.
That's right. You mentioned that earlier.
Yeah. Duh. So how did it go?
I think it went really well. None of us did not final, but we all felt like we did really good. We all felt really good of how we presented or how we performed. So I think that's always the good part that comes out of it.
Okay. Did you have to bail any of the chaperones out of jail? All right, you don't have to answer that. You don't have to answer that.
Taylor was on his best behavior.
Was he?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's fair. That's fair, Hey, it's a fair question, Gordy.
Okay.
Maybe an inappropriate one, because they might not want everybody to know they had to bail a chaperone out of jail. But, it's all in good fun. So, and what event were you guys in?
So we were in the school-based enterprise for the retail side. Retail,
okay.
Yeah.
So what, you had to bring a spreadsheet and how the Freddie's locker went, or how did that work?
So we made a script that explained how we run the store and based how we price our options, because we
how you
gotta
determine
know that
the pricing, yeah.
our school, we have students that are very budget conscious, and we want to make our stuff accessible. So we very much emphasize that when we
But you still need to make a profit.
Yes. So then we also talked about our two main people, which are our teachers and then our students. And we talked about how we make the cute, trendy stuff for our teachers that's a little more higher priced. And then we make, this year we introduced bead bracelets that were customizable. So we had a lot of people put their last name and their jersey number on it, and then their colors. And those were $5 this year. We're bringing them back next year.
Good deal.
And then we brought Emily with us this year. Emily is an American Girl doll that looks like Brie.
Wow.
And we brought a mini locker that had all of our mini apparel options in the locker.
Mini apparel options. Wow. So just little tiny versions of the real thing?
Little t-shirts, little hats.
Awesome. That is cool.
It definitely set us apart from everybody else, because who else is going to bring an American Girl doll in a locker all the way to Florida?
Yeah, that's true.
Well, I wonder why they didn't make the final.
God, I don't know. Conspiracy.
It showed some ingenuity, right?
Yes, absolutely.
It's really tough competition. So just being able to compete against the people that are that good makes me feel good about how we did.
And like we've said, this is the international finals, so there's teams from all over the world, correct?
Mm-hmm. It was really sad. There was this a team from Puerto Rico finalized, and their advisor was crying. He was so excited. It was really cool.
What's the farthest distance away that you met somebody from? If I said that correctly.
They're thinking.
China or Puerto Rico?
Okay. Well, Puerto Rico isn't very far away.
Well,
hopefully it's China.
It wasn't a lot of people. I didn't meet anyone from Australia. I wanted to meet someone from Australia, but I only met someone from Puerto Rico and China.
Okay, cool. Same for you?
Yeah, I'd say so, probably.
Okay.
Did they speak English?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're... So, you're a senior now, so you're just wrapping up your high school career. What are you going to do?
I will be going to Northern Michigan University to study pre-dental.
How did you decide on Northern Michigan?
My aunt lives up there.
Oh, okay.
Her, my uncle, and my two cousins all went there. And for years, she's had it decided that I'm going to go there.
Wow. Are you going to move in with them so you can get some in-state tuition starting the following year, or how does that work?
Well, I'll live with them over the summer, but they have a 2-year on-campus policy. So
yeah, but still, I mean, I'm assuming you're going to have to pay out-of-state tuition.
Yeah.
And I know when I was shopping colleges with my sons, most of the time you could live there, year-round, 1 or 2 years, get a in-state driver's license and so on, and then either the last 2 or the last 3 years you could pay in-state tuition. Is that kind of still...
So the last 2 years, I won't have to pay for housing or a meal plan. I'll be able to live with my aunt. She lives 15, 20 minutes from the college.
Okay.
So that's not bad.
You got a cool aunt?
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at that smile, Gordy.
Yeah. The University of Minnesota has a very good dental school.
Yeah.
Was that ever a consideration, or this was right from the beginning, you're going to Northern Michigan?
Right from the beginning. I knew I was going to go there, but for a while, I really struggled with if I wanted to go into teaching or not.
Oh, okay.
So, but I decided I'm going to do dental.
Okay, very good.
You may be
cool.
teaching dental.
Are you going to play any intramural sports or intramural activities, whether it's sporting or, intellectual or whatever?
I've never really done sports, but they there is a chance you can go to college and you can start collegiate DECA.
Oh, okay.
So it's college level DECA instead of high school
I was just going to ask if DECA is in college.
Yeah.
They don't have one there, but like if I really wanted to, I could start one.
Hey, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
She could become a legend in northern Michigan.
Yes, she could.
From Faribault, Minnesota.
She'd be that Minnesota girl that started DECA in Northern Michigan University. That'd be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I like that idea. The more I think about it, the more I like it.
What town is Northern Michigan located in?
Marquette?
Marquette? Where is Marquette? Is that Upper Peninsula? Or?
Yeah, the Upper Peninsula.
Wow. Is it going to be cold up there? And a lot of, let's see, there's probably a lake there, lots of
Lake
snowfall.
Superior, it's going to be bad.
Oh, a lot of lake effect snow.
They have to, I follow like all the Instagrams and stuff, and so like they'll post on Instagram that the school is closed for the day because of how bad the snow is.
Oh,
so
well.
Do you ski?
I've gone skiing twice.
You snowboard?
Never snowboarded.
Well, you'll be skiing more now, maybe.
They have this cool like dog racing or sledding competition through the street downtown, and they do a lot of that.
You know what? You can learn to cross-country ski because you might be getting to school that way.
Snowshoeing.
Yeah. Yep. All right. How about you? You got a whole year left, so are you kind of sitting back and just looking at your options?
Yeah, I'm just looking at my options right now. Like right now, I'm thinking of double majoring in accounting and cybersecurity.
Holy cow.
But I'm not like so sure yet. I might just major in accounting.
We have two very intelligent young women here, Cordy.
Well, of course we do. They're from Faribault. What do you expect?
And they're in DECA International, so very cool. Haven't picked out a school yet or anything, have you?
I have like 3 top choices.
Okay. Do you want to share those, or do you want to?
I can share them.
Okay.
So my first choice is obviously the University of Minnesota because that's in-state.
Yeah.
My second choice would be the University of Texas at Austin.
Okay.
Because they have a really good accounting program over there.
Okay.
And then I was also looking at North Dakota State University because they take all of my credits from South Central.
Oh, nice, nice.
The other schools don't?
They do take some part of it. Like, I know the University of Minnesota takes about maybe like half, and they'd have to consider the other credits.
Okay. Yeah, that,
Does that make any sense?
It's a lot of the same, whatever used to be MinSCU. I'm not sure what they call it now, but you'd think they'd honor a little bit more.
It's part of the same
college
system.
That's my point. That's my point. You'd think they'd, consider a few more credits from a sister or brother.
They might be losing a student because of it.
Yeah. I had a son that went to Texas for college for 1 year.
Oh, actually?
He went to West Texas A&M.
West Texas A&M.
In Canyon, Texas, just 10 miles south of Albuquerque, so it was in the very northern part. But yeah, Austin, now that'd be a big change for you.
That'd be a huge change with the weather, especially.
Yep. Well, that sounds like a couple of excellent options you've got going, and the dental school in Michigan, that's pretty cool. That's cool. I hope sometime you'll come back and tell us how it's going.
That would be awesome.
Call it in, We gotta have somewhere for our out-of-state students to call in and tell us how they're doing in college. If we could figure that out, that'd be fun. That'd be very cool. We could have talked to Devin, North Dakota State.
Tape something beforehand, I guess.
Yeah, that'd be fun. But anything we haven't asked you about as far as the DECA competition or anything? We've got about a minute left.
Get more kids involved.
She's thinking hard. But DECA is one of the most participatory events, activities, right?
Well, at our school and in Minnesota itself, Minnesota DECA is one of the biggest DECA organizations with all of the other DECAs. Like us in Texas, DECA are huge.
Yeah.
It's insane how many of them there are.
That's the one thing that I'm really proud of for our DECA program is that, the participation numbers there, are very good. Very
of course,
good.
Royals with Trek Properties.
Well, yeah, I am with Trek Properties. We'll talk about that in half a minute or so. But yeah, there is a lot of participation in DECA. I know in Minnesota from talking to your I don't know what you call them, coordinator, coach, leader, Advisor. Okay, there we go. Yeah, because we had him on about a month ago, right?
Mr. Kegler.
Yeah, huh?
Mr. Kegler.
Yes, Mr. Kegler. We got to give him some props too, because he does a great job.
He started the program up again.
Yeah, and he does a great job with it too. So we're lucky to have him. So, well, ladies, we wish you well. Have a great summer. You get off to a good start in northern Michigan, and don't get too cold up there.
I'll have to get a heated coat or something.
Yes, you will. So, all right. Well, I'm going to talk a little bit about Trek Properties. I am Royal Ross with Trek Properties, located in beautiful downtown Faribault, right at across the street from the post office at the intersection of 3rd Street Northeast and Highway 60 there, or 1st Avenue Northeast, whichever you would prefer to call it. But
the Southern